Hi guys, Ali here from Fitness Formula. I'm going to be taking you through a series of stretches in a little circuit that should help you to stay nice and mobile and relaxed when you're working from home or just binge watching Netflix and sitting down all day. There's a few different stretches we're going to go through and I'm going to take you through them step by step. So if you've never done any stretching like this before, don't worry, you're in safe hands. As always, just make sure you're following your doctor's advice before you take part in any of my classes and try and follow the cues as carefully as you can. I'm not able to watch you and check you're doing it correctly, so just try and follow on as closely as possible. The only thing that we need for this class is a band or a tie or a piece of fabric. I'm using my boxing wraps because they're long and they're strong, and I know that they work really well for this sort of thing. So, let's get started. I'm going to tidy these up a little bit. We're going to take our band and we're going to hold it just over a shoulder width apart, and we're going to come up and over. Good. You can do this one kneeling. So we're going to start off in this position, knees apart, chest high, coming up and over. We're opening up the chest, we're opening up the shoulders, staying nice and tall and controlled. If you're not able to keep your arms straight, then you need to take your hands a little bit wider. Good. We're going to find a place that there's a little bit of tension. We're just going to give it a little bit of attention as we go through. Good. Dipping the hands and then coming back through, up and over. Good. Perfect. Then we're going to roll around with one arm, passing all the way over the head until both hands are behind us. And then we're going to bring that other arm up and over and down in front. Okay, we're going to keep rolling round, back and then front. Back and then front. Good. And we're going to go the other way, over and behind, and then up and over and back in front. And then we're going to keep going, warming up both of those shoulders, working them through their full range of motion. Good. Perfect. Okay, back into the middle, and we're going to go up and over. Same thing again. Just two more passes. That's it, and last one. Good. Okay, pop that band down by the side. We're going to come back to that later. Okay, just rolling your shoulders backwards, get some blood through there. Excellent, well done. And then forwards, over the front this way. Good, okay, so we're going to start off with our hips now coming into the hip flexor stretch. So, what we want to do, lift the chest up, take the foot a little bit further in front of the knee, and then we're going to drive that hip forwards. So you shouldn't be leaning into it this way. I want to keep the chest up nice and tall. I want to push the hip forwards. And I should start feeling that stretch come through my hip flexor, which is a muscle that sits at the front of the leg and up into the hip. Good. So from there, we're going to take this same hand up as the hip that we're stretching. I'm going to reach up high and just tilt back slightly as we're pushing that hip forwards into the stretch. We're going to get into the hip flexor. Good. That's pronounced hip flexor, not hip flexure. Good. Perfect. So we can just tilt the hip from left to right as well, and that's just going to open that stretch up even more. Perfect. Good. We'll come onto the other leg, switching over. So, chest up high, foot out in front, just in front of the knee, and then we're going to lift the chest up, push the hip forwards, driving into that front hip flexor on the opposite leg now. Lifting that hand up, driving that hip forward still as we tilt backwards slightly and reach up as high as you can, and you're going to get that stretch through the front of the hip. If we're sitting a lot in our office chairs or on the sofa, then the hip flexor can get shortened because it's in this compact position the whole time. So So we want to try and stretch this out as much as we can. Good. Perfect. Coming down, and we're going to go into a long lunge now. So chest up, shoulders back, and I'm driving my weight forwards as if I'm trying to touch the bottom of my hip onto my ankle. Good. From there, we're going to go both hands in on the inside, chest up, shoulders back. And then we're going to drop down on the elbows. Good. Perfect. Coming back up. And we're going to switch legs. Okay? Perfect. So foot out in front. Driving that hip forwards. We're still stretching them slightly through the hip flexor, but now also through the hamstring and the seat of the pelvis. Good. If you want to in this position, we can pop both hands up straight, drive the hip forwards. Good. Coming down, both hands on the inside of that front foot. Chest up, shoulders back. Good. Now coming down, onto your elbows if you can. If you can't get onto both elbows, then just try and commit to getting one elbow down. And that will open up the hip. Perfect. Good. Okay, so we're going to come sitting down. This is where we're going to grab our band again. And what I want to do is just lock up the foot with the band so I can get really good control. So I'm going to start off with the band on my Achilles. I'm going to cross it over the top of my foot. So I've got a cross where my laces would be. Then I'm going to pass both parts under my foot. And now I'll have a cross on the bottom of my foot as well. And now I'm going to lean back, lay flat, other leg straight. My foot is locked in from the Achilles and around the bottom of the foot. Now I'm going to push my knee away to lock my knee out. And from there I'm going to start progressing into the stretch, pulling my foot backwards. We're going to focus on our breath here. Deep breath in, hold, and breathe out. And again, deep breath in, hold, and breathe out. As we're breathing out, we're pulling that leg into the stretch a little bit more. One more time, deep breath in, hold, and out. Good. Coming up, switching legs, okay? So one more time, I'll teach you how to wrap your foot up. We're going to pass the band, starting off on the Achilles, fold it over, cross it over the top of the foot. So we've got a cross where the laces would be on a shoe. Then we're going to pass the band or the wrap or the tie, whatever it is you're using, cross it over the bottom of the foot as well, so that now the foot's locked in. We're going to lay flat and we're going to come down this way. If you are using a resistance band, that's the reason why we're crossing it over the foot, is because of the elasticity in the band. If you're using a tie, then you can just wrap it around the back of the foot. But trust me, I've learned from experience, you don't want to do it with a resistance band, because when it pings off and hits you in the face, it's very embarrassing, especially when you're videoing a class or in front of a class. I've done that as well. Good, so keep the chest high, shoulders back, and we're going to pull that stretch on. Good, deep breath in and out. Good, and again, deep breath in and out. Perfect. Good, coming off that stretch. Excellent. So now we're going to transition into a slightly different hamstring stretch. We're still going to use the band. And what I want you to do is tuck one leg in, so it's just on the inside of the knee, the other leg straight. We're going to take the band or the wrap or the tie, whatever you're using. We're going to wrap it around the front of that foot, and then we're going to use it to pull us forwards, very gently. Good, keep the chest high as we do so. We don't want to just aim to get our head down to our knee. We're trying to keep the back straight, pull forwards this way. You may feel some tension in your hip or your lower back, even in your knee on that other leg. But we're just going to take some deep breaths and ease into it. If you find that that persists as the weeks go on and you're not able to get into this stretch as a hamstring stretch, then drop me a message and I'll give you some advice on what you can do. Perfect. Deep breath in and out. Good. We're going to switch legs. Same thing, tucking that foot in on the inside of the knee, other leg straight, pulling ourselves forwards, chest up, shoulders back. Good, excellent. Okay, deep breath in and out. Trying to keep that back nice and straight. Good. So even though I'm slipping into old habits there, starting to dip my head down, try and keep that chest up as we're pulling through that stretch. That's going to keep it in the hamstring. Perfect. From there, we're going to come to standing. If you need to hold on to something at this point, you can. I'm going to grab one leg, push my hip forwards, and stretch through that quad. From the side angle, you can see I'm not trying to pull my leg backwards. What I'm trying to do is push my hip forwards into the stretch. Good. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Onto the other leg. Same thing. Push the hip forwards into the stretch, chest up, shoulders back. Good. We're going to hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Excellent. The next one we're going to do, it's a little bit more unusual. It's called the frog stretch. I'm going to come down, pushing your knees apart, okay? I want you to have your shins parallel to each other. And then we're going to just push down into that stretch. If you notice, I'm not sitting right back. I'm over the top of the stretch, and that means that my hips are in line with my knees. And that means as I push down, we can start moving forwards and backwards. Good. Opening up the hips as we're moving. Good. That's it. So this is the frog stretch. Lean in from side to side. Open up the hips a little bit more. Good. And then to finish, we're going to come into the cobra stretch, or a variation of the cobra stretch. Laying forwards, chest up, shoulders back. Okay, deep breath from here. In and out. And one more time, in and out. Good. Perfect. Okay, so that brings us to the end of the stretching circuit. Like I said at the start, you can perform this if you're working from home. This is going to be really good to do once a day, if not twice a day, just to keep you mobile, keep you limber, and stop you getting all stiff as you're sitting down at your desk all day. If you're sat at home binge watching Netflix and you're on the sofa or you're in bed all day, exactly the same scenario. You're going to get stiff, you're going to get tight. So try and follow this circuit. If you do it twice a day, you should see a massive difference. I went through it fairly quickly, so if you wanted to do it 2 times round, that's fine as well, whatever works for you. As always, all this information is on the website. If you head to fitnessformula.uk, if you go to @fitness_formula UK on Instagram, there's loads of other workout videos, loads of advice and tips, and of course all my live classes are on there as well. Let me know if you've got any other questions. You can send me a message on Instagram, send me an email if you want to. All the details are on my website. One more time, that's fitnessformula.uk is the website. There's also a donation link on there as well. So if you want to support me whilst I'm working from home providing this content, then the donation link is there and it's greatly appreciated. Thank you very much for watching and getting involved. Please like, share, subscribe, and get this video to as many people who need it. As many people as we can get doing it, the better. All right? Have a good one. I'll see you soon. Looks like it's going to rain here, so it might not be such a nice evening, but I'm still smiling. I'll see you soon, guys. Bye.